Hadith 29. Al-Ism al-A'ram, identical with La ilaha illallah. An Asma'a binta Yazida binna Sakana an Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam annahu qala smulahil a'rama fi hatainil ayatain wa ilahukum ilahun wahidun la ilaha illa huwa rahmanur rahim. Alif Lam Mim. Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. And this is narrated by Abi Shayba, Abu Dawood, Tirmidhi, Ibn Majah, Muslim. Okay. Asma, God be pleased with him, daughter of Yazid, relates that God's messenger, peace and holiness be upon him, said, the greatest name of God, which is generally known as Ism al-A'ram, okay, is contained in the following two verses, provided they are recited with sincerity. And okay, that's they should have concluded a translation. And make the gods one. There's no God except God. He is the most beneficent, the merciful. And Alif Lam Mim, there are 6 verses that are Alif Lam Mim. And the first of Surah 2, 3, 28, what is it, 29, 30, 31, and 32? And God, there is no God except Him, the living, the sustaining. Note, it's stated in several hadith that whenever prayer is made after the recitation of Al-Ism al-A'ram, it is granted by Allah. As in the case with some of the most noble things, Almighty Allah keeps them partially secret. This remains in difference of opinion about their specification. Thus, there is difference of opinion about Laylat al-Qadr, Night of Honor, and in this respect, the special time of acceptance of prayer on Friday. The difference of opinion in such matters is a secret blessing, as explained in detail in my book on Fadail, virtues of Ramadan. There have been different narrations in respect of Al-Ism al-A'ram, that, the AE thing. Al-Ism al-A'ram, that given above is one of them. I think my speech is choppy today. There have been a hadith too in regard to these 2 ayat as follows. Anas radiallahu anhu reported that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam had said that no other verse falls so heavily on the mischievous and wicked shaitan as the 2 ayat beginning with. Okay, I'm going to share that to 163. Make sure this is the right one. Wa ilahukum. Okay. Wa ilahukum ilahun wahidin. La ilaha illahu wa rahmanur rahim. And your God is one God. There is no God but He, most gracious, most merciful. Inna fi khalqi samawati wal ardi wa ikhtilafil layli wan nahar wal fulki allati tajri fil bahri bima yanfa'u an-nasa wa ma anzalallahu minas samai min ma'in فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها وبث فيها من كل دابر وتصريف الرياح والسحاب المسخر بين السماء والأرض لآيات لقوم يعقلون. Behold, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the alternation of the day and the night, and the night and the day, and the sailing of the ships through the ocean, for the profit of mankind, and the rain which Allah sends down from the skies, and the life which He gives therewith to an earth that is dead, and the beasts of all kinds that He scatters through the earth, in the change of the winds and the clouds which they trail like their slaves between the sky and the earth. Here indeed are signs for people that are wise. And according to Ibrahim ibn Wasma, the recitation of the following ayat is very effective in cases of mental disorder, etc., and whoever is particular in their recitation will be safeguarded against such disease, and that these are written in the corner of the arsh and cause relief to terrified children are those of the evil eye. To 163, to 255. One's more familiar with this. But I'll make sure I have a understandable translation and all that. Allahu la ilaha illahu wal hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ardi man alladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'idhnihi ya'lamu ma bayna aydihim wa ma khalfahum wa la yuhituna بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. Just double checking I got it right. God, there is no God but He, the living, the self-subsisting, the eternal. No slumber can seize Him, nor sleep. His are the things in the heavens and the earth. Who is there who can intercede in His presence except as He permitteth? He knoweth what is before or after or behind them, and none shall they encompass aught, nor shall they encompass aught of his knowledge, except as he willeth. His throne doth extend over the heavens and the earth, and he feeleth no fatigue in guarding them and preserving them. He is the Most High, the Most Supreme. So, there was no seventh day of rest. Seven 54 through 56. Inna rabbakumullahu alladhi khalaqa samawati wal arda fi sittati ayyamin thumma istawa 'alal arshi yughshi al-layla an-nahara yatlubuhu hafithan والشمس والقمر والنجوم مسخرات بأمره له الخلق والأمر تبارك الله رب العالمين. Your guardian, Lord, is God, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, 6 time periods. It's a broader word than days. And then he established himself over the throne. You know, God doesn't sit on the throne. He has the situates the authority. He draweth the night as a veil over the day, each seeking the other in rapid succession. He created the sun, the moon, and the stars, governed by laws under his command. Is it not his to create and to govern? Blessed be Allah, the cherisher and sustainer of all the worlds. Remember the last verse in Surah 112, 6, 103, and we need to interpret that way. And remember, when we say his and he and stuff, we're not calling God male. Adurabakum tandaruan wa kufyatan innahu la yuhibbul mu'tadin. Call on your Lord with humility and in private, for God loveth not the character trait of extremism and judgment. وَلَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ بَعْدَ إِصْلَاحِهَا وَادْعُوهُ خَوْفًا وَطَمَعًا إِنَّ رَحْمَتَ اللَّهِ قَرِيبٌ مِنَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Do no mischief on the earth after it has been set in order, but call on him with fear and longing in your heart. For the mercy of God is always near to those who do good. And Surah 59, 22 through 24. Very good verses to say in the morning. Wallahu la ilaha illa huwal mughib wa shahadati wa rahmanur rahim. God is he than whom there is no God, who knows both secret and open, he most gracious, most merciful. Wallahu la ilaha illa huwal malikul qudusus salam Allah Muhayminun let me do that one again. Wallahu la ilaha illa wal malikul qudus salamul mu'minul muhaiminul azizul jabbarul mutakabbiru Subhanallah amma yushrikun. God is He, than whom there is no God, the Sovereign, the Holy One, the source of peace and perfection, the guardian of faith, the preserver of safety, the exalted in might, the irresistible, the supreme. Glory to God. Above the partners they attribute to Him. Wallahu khalaqal musawwiru lahul asmaul husna yusabbihu lahu ma fi samawati wal ardi wa huwa al-azizul hakim. He is God, the creator, the evolver, the bestower of forms. To Him belong the most beautiful names. Whatever is in the heavens and on earth doth declare His praises and glory. He is the exalted in might, the wise. Allama Shami, Rahmat alayh, has quoted Imam Abu Hanifa, Rahmat alayh, as saying that al-ism al-ahram is the word Allah. He has also stated that Allama Dahawi, as well as other scholars, supported this view. The great Sufis have also reached the same conclusions. And this is why the dhikr of this world is practiced more than anything else by their followers. The dhikr of this word is practiced more than anything else. The leader of the saints, Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani Nawara Allahu Marqadahu, is also of the same view that Allah is al-ism al-ahram, provided at the time of its recitation there is nothing but Allah in one's mind. He further advised that during its recitation ordinary people should think of His grandeur and fear Him, while the specialists in dhikr should also concentrate on His attributes, and the selected few should have in their minds thoughts of nothing else except Almighty Allah. He also stated that it was for this reason that the blessed name is mentioned so many times in the Quran. Sheikh Ismail al-Farghani, Rahmat alayh, relates, I had for a long time a keen desire to learn al-ism al-ahram, and for this purpose I had undergone great hardships. I would fast for days together, so much that sometimes I would fall senseless on account of severe hunger. One day I was sitting in a mosque, a masjid, in Damascus, when two men entered there and stood beside me. To me, they looked like malaika. One of them said to the other, do you want to learn al-ism al-ahram? Yes, replied the other. Please tell me. On hearing this conversation, I became more attentive. The former said, it is the word Allah, provided it is recited with al-sidq wa al-ajja, which, according to Sheikh Ismail Rahmat alayh, is a state of mind comparable to that of a drowning person when there is nobody to save him, and he calls Almighty Allah for help with his extreme sincerity. In order to learn al-ism al-ahram, one should possess high qualities as well as tolerance and self-control. There is a story of a pious person who knew al-ism al-ahram. Once a man came to him and begged that he should be taught al-ism al-ahram. You lack the required capability, and said the pious person, "No, I am capable of learning it," said the person. The pious person then asked him to go and send him a particular place, and then come back to relate to him his observation. The man went there and saw an old man who was bringing firewood on his donkey from the jungle. A policeman came from the other direction and started beating the old man and snatched away his firewood. The man was extremely angry at the police constable and came back to report the whole incident before the police person, and said that if he had known al-Ism al-Ahram, he would have prayed against that policeman. The pious man said, "I learned al-Ism al-Ahram from that very old man who was bringing the firewood." Now, don't wait to perform the prayer or such. If you have a good belief and you're operating on that good belief, if you don't know quite, the great name of God and that sort of thing, still make your prayers. Your prayers are accepted.